it is September 27th, 2024 at 10:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Dr. Mcbride, and today we're going to quickly talk about organizational behavior summary. This has previously been released to the University of Phoenix under Professor Rob Espinoza, Criminal Justice Administration 356, Organizational Behavior and Management, October 2nd, 2023. Of course, that was a Monday. Okay, so let's get started. Forbes defines organizational behavior as the study of how individuals and groups interact within an organization, and how these interactions affect an organization's performance towards its goal. Organizational behavior is important to every government agency and police force to ensure the organization is functioning in a healthy manner while protecting the citizens of the United States of America. The Department of Justice, or DOJ, is the agency responsible for enforcing the federal laws of the United States. Since the death of Trayvon Martin, the United States have seemed to become a cesspool of brutal murders by armed police officers killing innocent Black people. The Department of Justice has failed to take action against local police officers, keeping Black Americans protected from their communities' local police forces. Trayvon Martin's final night began with a convenience store run, a quick trip for candy and something to drink. It ended in a confrontation with a neighborhood watch volunteer. A shot fired, the 17-year-old died on the street. When Trayvon was shot in broad daylight, he was on a cell phone with his teenage girlfriend walking home. He was forced to listen to Trayvon Martin be murdered in her ears, unable to be any to be of any assistance other than an over the phone witness who heard the murder. Trayvon Martin's family was put through years of mental anguish and harassment as the world watched their pain. His murderer was not charged for his death. Robert Dotson was killed after police in Farmington, New Mexico said he opened the door late April 5th with a handgun. Officer responding to a call were at the wrong address. NBC Universal News Group. There is a video proving the officers were not justified in the killing of another innocent victim harassed by uniformed police officers while in his home. A white female officer was in the United States of America's national news for doing the same thing to Botham Jean, who was murdered in his home by an off duty uniformed officer with a state issued gun. Breonna Taylor was brutally murdered in her home by an armed officer, uniformed police officers. Say that again. Breonna Taylor was brutally murdered in her home by armed uniformed police officers flaunting a fake warrant. When will Black Americans be safe in their own homes? Black people are still killed by police at a higher rate than other groups. When will Black American children be allowed to live without the fear of death caused by a uniformed police officer or officers? Time check. The law prohibits discrimination because of national origin, race, color, religion, or sex by a police department that gets federal funds through the United States Department of Justice. They may also violate Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits discrimination by law enforcement agencies that receive any federal financial assistance, including asset forfeiture property. The SWOT model identifies the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of a new idea introduced and possibly implemented throughout an organization. The Department of Justice is responsible for governing the rights of all Americans, including the Black communities. If the local police forces are responsible for many deaths of Black Americans, why have they not been stopped? The Department of Justice needs to implement a law requiring all people to be policed by the federal agents to ensure the protection of all people under one federal law instead of 50 different states without uniform laws. With this law, all judges would work as federal judges, as with the remaining of the country and state court systems. Time check. When I return, we will start with S, strengths, for the SWOT model.